Hi yogis, so welcome to your flow into yin practice today. You will need a pillow or a yoga block or a big book, whatever you can get your hands on to support you in a number of these postures today. So go ahead and grab whatever it is that you want and come on back to your mat, and we'll begin in a seated cross leg. When you find your way into your cross leg, close your eyes and turn your palms so you rest your hands down over your knees, really wrapping your hands around your knees, just softly though. And then lift from pelvic floor, low belly, crown of head, softening shoulders away from the ears so there's a broadness in both the front and the back of the chest. Maintain the posture and lean into your breath. Filling the chest as well as the belly, emptying everything. Perhaps you want to create a tone into the base of your throat for a pretty quiet ujjayi breath. The subtle sound of the ocean just vibrating around the throat. Helping you lengthen the breath. Helping you lean in towards it and letting it hold you throughout your practice. Starting in a clockwise direction, keeping your eyes closed. The smallest circles of the torso above the pelvis. So what we're looking for here, it's a little like a spiral. The tailbone is, of course, still, and the circles are bigger and bigger and bigger up and out through the crown of the head. These can be ever so subtle that you can feel them but barely see them. And then circle by circle, they might like to grow. You'll keep your hands down on your knees. Maybe you'll even begin to use some pressure into the hands to help you make the circles bigger. Perhaps you start leaning quite far forward to the sides and back. But really, there's no right or wrong to this. I encourage you to do it behind closed eyes, even if it feels super clunky. We're just hydrating through some tissues, connecting movement with the breath, leaning in towards our nervous systems. Start to make those circles smaller and smaller and smaller. Eventually, of course, coming back to that point of stillness right in the middle, lifting high. And then there's the reversing of the direction, starting small. And with every circle you take, growing the circumference. Using your hands, pressing down and away or to the sides. Don't go fast. There's a tendency to just kind of want to wiggle and wriggle and get as fast as you can, but resist that. One more big circle. And then start to bring them back down again. Circle by circle, it's smaller. And eventually You're still in center, big breath in. As you exhale, cup the hands over the knees, lean back into the back body, tuck the chin. As you inhale, pull yourself forward and up, lift the chin to the ceiling. 2 more like that, chin to chest, lean into the back body. Inhale, pull forward, lift up. 1 more like that, lean into the back body. Inhale, pull forward and up. As you exhale, drop the hands, blink open the eyes, and make your way over onto your all fours, your tabletop. And then once you're in your tabletop, press that straight back into child's pose, but extended variation, arms long in front of you. We'll be moving here with your breath. Inhale quickly up onto your all fours, drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, dome the back, not long breaths. Inhale, belly drop, heart lifts. Exhale, slowly into child's pose. Inhale, all fours, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, dome. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, slowly, child's pose. Inhale, on the way up. Exhale, dome. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, slow, child's pose. Full breath here. Stay breath out. Through your all fours. Tuck your toes, down dog. Full breath in. Part the lips, let that go. Seal the lips, find your breath. Float your right leg. Through between your hands, you step and deliver your left knee to the mat. Keep to your fingertips, untuck your left toes. And just spend a couple of breaths here in this low fingertip lunge. Press down into your right heel and put a gentle squeeze in your left buttock. 1 more breath here. Big breath in. Tuck your left toes, half Hanumanasana, hips slip back in space. Walk your hands back a foot or so. Now ideally your left hip is directly over your left knee, right leg out in front, right toes lifting. You're welcome to have a pretty generous bend in your right knee if your hamstrings are tight. Now press your right heel down into the ground, whether the knee is bent or straight, it doesn't matter, but press it into the ground. What we're doing here is putting some strength into the hamstring, which is also stretching. It's a really nice way to add a bit more strength to the tendons. 1 more breath, press that right heel down firmly. And then relax the right heel off and take a circle with your right foot. One way and then the other way. And then find a roll of the right toes in and out. And then again, what we're doing here is just internally and externally rotating your thigh bone into your hip. Good, bend into your right knee. Kick your lower left leg to the right side of your mat, right forearm, right thigh, left arm up and overhead, side angle with some support. Take a full breath in here, reach. As you exhale, take both hands to the top left corner of your mat.
Bow the head down, tuck your chin to your chest even, hold. Full breath in here. Slowly, as you exhale, creep your hands to the long edge of your mat. Slip your right leg wide, toes point forward, tuck your left toes, and sit back on your left heel. You can walk your fingertips forward, you can drop your chest, maybe your forehead. If this is too strong on your left knee, come on up, have your bum away from the heel and drop your forearms down instead. A bit more forgiving for the knees. Otherwise, just press back. Take another 3 breaths here. One more breath here. Walk the hands back in, lift the bum from that left heel, left fingertips slide to the back of the mat. Reach your right arm overhead, press the hips forward, lean back in the shoulders. Take a breath in, reach long. As you exhale, right hand down, back of your mat, downward facing dog towards the back of the mat. Left leg will lift, inhale. Through between the hands. Right knee delivers. Untuck the toes, stay to the fingertips. Press your left heel down and squeeze your right buttock. One more breath in the lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, tuck your right toes, slip the hips back in space. Walk your hands back a little bit too so the hands are underneath the shoulders. And then press firmly into your left heel, left heel. Keep pressing as hard as you can, left heel down into the ground. Don't jam that left knee. There's a micro bend in your left knee to protect the joint. You should feel this into the back of that left leg, into the hamstring. It might even get a little shaky. Mine does. One more breath here. Press down, press down. And then soften the heel. Circle the left foot. One way and then the other way. And then draw the toes back and take an internal and external rotation, thigh bone and hip socket. Just noticing how the movement feels. Rebend into your left knee. Kick your lower right leg, left side of mat, left forearm to thigh, right arm up and overhead. Extend that right side body. Full breath in here. Exhale, reach both hands to the top right corner of your mat. You're on your fingertips. Bow your head. Full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Carefully creep your hands long edge of mat. Left leg straight to the side, toes point to the long edge. Walk your fingertips forward, sit back on your right heel or stay up off the heel and drop to the forearms. 3 breaths here, settle in. Strong stretch for the inner seam of your left leg. Last breath here. Slowly the hands walk in, lift the sit bones from the right heel. Right hand, top of mat. Left arm reaches long side body. Full breath in here. Exhale, downward facing dog to the top of your yoga mat. We're going to move that flow one more time with your breath. Inhale, right leg to lift. Exhale between the hands. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, half Hanuman, hips slip back, bow. Inhale, ripple forward, forearm to thigh, lower left leg kicks back, left arm reaches. Exhale, hands top left corner of mat, bow down. Long edge of mat for the inhale, right leg straight. Exhale, sink and bow. Left hand back of mat. Pick up the hips from the heels. Inhale, long right side body. Reach the arm. Exhale, downward facing dog towards the back of your mat. Left leg to lift. Breath in. Between the hands, exhale. Right knee delivers. Inhale. Half Hanuman, breath out. Ripple forward, left forearm to thigh, right lower leg kicks back, right arm up and over. Exhale, both hands, top right corner of mat, bow. Long edge of mat for inhale. Sink down, buttocks to heel, exhale. Right hand, top of mat. Inhale, pick the hips, reach the left arm. Exhale, downward facing dog, up and back it goes. Right leg to lift, inhale. Through between your hands. Right away, drop your left heel, reverse your warrior, breath in. Skater's pose, breath out. Right toes turn to the top left corner, left toes turn and to the back. Bend your left knee, both arms wings. It's a little like Skandasana, but not as low. Inhale, continue this journey, 10 toes to the back for crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the earth. Three-legged dog, left leg up, breath in. Breath out through between your hands. Right heel delivers. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, skater's pose. Right toes turn a little towards the front. Bend the right knee, reach. Inhale, crescent lunge to the front of the mat. Exhale, hands down. Three-legged dog, breath in, right to the sky, one more round. Exhale through between the hands. Reverse warrior, breath in. Skaters to the back, breath out, wing the arms. Continue the journey, inhale, crescent to the back. Exhale, hands to mat. Three-leg dog, left up. Left forward between the hands. Right heel delivers. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Skater's pose for exhale. Crescent for breath in, lift it up. Hands to earth, down dog, breath out. Rock forward into plank. Lower the knees and then the belly all the way down to your mat. Firm the legs, lift the kneecaps, Bhujangasana, inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. One more time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Buttocks to heels, child's pose, slip it back. One more breath here. Inhale up onto the all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg to lift, breath in. Through between your hands, exhale. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Side angle, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead, breath out. Inhale for warrior two, lift and sink in. Stay here, full breath. Square to the top of your mat, left knee to chest, stalk. Ankle to thigh, standing figure four, palms to prayer, sink in. Keep ankle to thigh, inhale, rise, reach the arms. Exhale, bend the knee, hands to prayer, sink in. One more time, inhale to rise. Exhale to sink, stay, full breath. Rise enough, left knee chest, left foot to the back of the mat. Up and over, reverse your warrior. Windmill the hands, down dog, take it back. Left leg to lift, breath in. Through between the hands, exhale. Right foot delivers. Reverse the warrior, inhale. Forearm to thigh, side angle on exhale. Warrior two, settle, stay, full breath. Square your hips and chest, big step, stalk, top of your mat. Ankle to thigh, figure four, flexing your right foot a lot, hands to prayer. 2 times, inhale, rise, keep ankle to thigh, keep figure four. Exhale, sit down, palms prayer. One more time, inhale, rise. Exhale, sit. Stay, full breath. Inhale, rise, enough, knee to chest. Slowly it steps back. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Rock forward into plank. Knees first, untuck, toes, belly to earth. Firm your legs, lift your knees, narrow the blades, Bhujangasana Cobra. Exhale, forehead down. One more time, inhale, pick it up from the back body. Exhale, child's pose, roll it back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Up onto your all fours. Slip your right knee behind your right wrist, toes to the left of the mat for pigeon pose. Slip that left leg long behind, untuck. Take your right hand to your thigh and your left hand to your right foot. As you raise up, you can have hands to mat, leaning forward if this is too strong. Those want more, wing your arms back. Inner thighs hug together. There's a lift here. Full breath in, hold. As you exhale, soften, bow forward. You can grab your book or your block and pop it underneath your forehead, a couple of heights. Maybe you slip it underneath your right hip. If you're having any trouble with your right knee, drop to your right buttock, your right hip, and just scoop your left knee in so your legs are 90-90. We call it deer pose. And then sink down. You'll still find something through the right glute area. It won't be quite the same as pigeon pose, but it's a great modification and much more gentle on the knees. You're here for a while. minute or so. So smooth out your breath. And go looking for your patience, your ability to stay super still and focused. Just a little longer here. Leaning into these longer holds. Four more breaths. Last breath. Lift the head and walk the hands in. Drop to that right hip. Scoop your left knee all the way in to the arch of your right foot and then sit up tall. You'll be at an angle on your mat. It's okay, don't worry about that. Begin to walk your hands over towards the right. The left sit bones, buttock will lift. Maybe you can twist a bit deeper. Some of you might drop down onto your forearms. Some of you might be able to drop your forehead all the way down. Just organize the arms and the torso in a way that feels comfortable. Try and find some space. And then be still and resist the temptation to shuffle and fidget. Take about 5 more breaths here. Last breath here. stealthily lift your head, press into the hands, unravel. Close the eyes, spend a moment. And cross your left leg in front of your right, Sukhasana, cross leg. Fold forward, reach the arms, bow the head. And lift back on up. Take your right leg back behind you, pigeon pose, right side. And again, just be upright for a moment, hand to thigh, hand to foot. Maybe arms wing back. It's up to you. Just let the body arrive, be active in the shape, press down through that lower left leg. Take a full breath in. And then soften into the fold. And once more, you can pull that right knee in, dropping to your left hip if there's any trickiness in the knees. You can rest your forehead to the block. You can slip a block underneath the left sit bone. A couple of minutes. In the end, we call this sleeping swan. It'll be more familiar to you as pigeon pose, probably. A little bit longer here, a few more breaths. Last breath here. Lift the head, walk the hands in. And hug that right knee into the arch of your left foot, deer pose. Start to walk your hands over to the left. You might need to shift the sit bones. And then you can continue, or maybe you drop down to the forearms. You see, I generally take fingertips towards opposite elbow, crossing my forearms, and then rest my head down on the back of my wrists. Some of you might even be able to rest the whole chest and cheek down onto the ground. Allowing for about a minute here. Really nice for the outside of the right hip, and the right waistline, right rib cage. And there's a portion of twist happening here as well. Let's take about 5 more breaths. Really settle those breaths deep into the belly. One more breath here. Lifting the head and walking the hands all the way back towards the front. Let's take a moment upright, dropping shoulders from ears. And then you can cross your right leg in front of your left. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Final breath down here. Keep your eyes closed as you make your way up and over onto your back and into Shavasana. If you prefer to slip your legs up a wall into supported Viparita Karani, that would be really nice now. Make any final adjustments you need for Shavasana. And just lean in towards everything that is happening beneath the skin of your body. Feeling deep into your systems, your energetics even perhaps. Trying to relax as much as you can on a physical sense, which will let the mind feel at home and at ease. This is, of course, an open-ended Shavasana. You can stay as long as you need. So enjoy at least 20 breaths, preferably more. Thanking each of you for your practice with me here on your mat today. Namaste.